Massiva, this is LaserBolt and welcome to today's video, guys. Today we're going to be diving into one of the most fundamental and I believe the most challenging things in Outriders, and that is weapon and armor mods. Now there are two types of mods. There's, like I said, weapon mods and armor mods. Today we're going to be talking about them. We're going to talk about how you're going to be able to acquire them, where you're going to be able to put these in, and we're also going to be talking about the different variants of mods that we have and why this is going to become kind of the end game of Outriders. So if you guys find and think that's interesting, make sure you guys drop a like, but let's go ahead and get started and talk about it. Now, before we do, I do want to remind you guys about our January giveaway. We're giving away one free copy of any game that you want for 2021 for any system of your choice. To enter and participate, it's super duper easy. All you got to do is click the pinned comment and be a subscriber to the channel. And that's it. You guys are automatically entered. So good luck to everybody's participating. The winner will be announced on the first week of February. Let's go ahead and dive in. Like I said earlier, guys, weapon mods in Outriders are extremely important. Not only weapon mods, but armor mods. These are going to kind of define your role on how you plan on playing the game. And it's also going to determine on how you're going to be able to boost and alter your armor and your weapons. Now, it's extremely important that you understand how these weapon mods work, how you're going to be able to get them, and how this might change your playstyle. Because one of the coolest advantages of these mods is the fact that even though you're playing as a Trickster, even though you might be playing as a Devastator, you're still going to be able to get a couple of the benefits and attributes of the skills of different Outriders in your character if you apply these mods correctly. In addition to that, you're also going to be able to get different sets of mods that are going to modify your weapon to become even more potent and more dangerous than what you currently have. So let's go ahead and start off with the first thing, which is going to be weapon mods. And let's talk about how these weapons mods are available, where can we find them, and how do we obtain them. So first off the bat, guys, you want to know that weapon mods are going to be found in weapons, of course, right? So the way you're going to be able to obtain these weapons is every time you dismantle a weapon, you're going to be able to get the mod from that particular weapon. So let's say you find yourself a white weapon. White weapons or white variant rarity weapons will not have mods. So once you guys get into the blue mods, into the blue rarity weapons, that's when we start finding mods in weapons. So remember, you find yourself a white variant weapon, it's not going to have a mod. But if you do find yourself a blue weapon, you are going to have one mod component in there. Now, if you dismantle this weapon, you're going to be able to get whatever mod that weapon has, right? So that's the way you're able to get mod weapons. You have to dismantle the weapon to be able to get that mod weapon. In addition to that, guys, when you get into the purple rarity, that's when we start seeing two mod slots in this particular weapon. And this is where we can find level 1 and level 2 tier mods. Now, that being said, there are three types of mods. There's tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. Now, we're only able to get tier 1 with the blue variant and the purple variant. We're going to be able to get tier 1 and tier 2. And then we have the legendary variant. This is the only place we're able to get tier 3 mods. And tier 3 mods are very, very good. And they drastically change the way your weapon operates because they give you a huge bonus. Like, for example, freezing someone in place, causing electric shock, synergizing and pulling up someone off the ground and lifting up in gravity, holding them for 5 seconds. So there's a lot of really cool attributes and a lot of really cool perks to these particular mods. Now, what makes this game really, really crazy is the fact that these mods are able to intertwine with different weapons. I'll explain how. But in general, these mods are going to help you guys tap into the following status effects that you're able to apply to the enemies. For example, freeze effect, bleed, toxic, and weakened. Now, these are just some of the variants that you're going to be able to apply to enemies with weapon mods that you have equipped. Now, in addition to that, like I said, you're going to be able to extract these mods from dismantling the weapon. So let's take a perfect example. Let's say you find yourself a legendary mod, and this legendary mod, you like one of the stats that you have, but you feel like if you add another legendary mod, you're going to be able to do that, right? So for example, the example they gave us is they have this mod that freezes enemies in place. Now, they went and found another legendary weapon, and they said, you know what, I'm going to dismantle this weapon that when I kill an enemy, it's going to cause an electrical discharge to happen. So what they did is they took the legendary mod from one weapon and applied it to another weapon, And that's what makes this game really cool, that you're not kind of tied down to where it says you could only use one level 3 mod or one tier 3 mod in a weapon. You could actually get a weapon and apply 2 legendary tier 3 mods to make a very crazy weapon. So there's going to be a lot of kind of synergy and a lot of way to play with the way the mods work, and giving us the advantage of being able to take advantage of some of the attributes and skills that these mods comply. Now, that being said, guys, the end game seems to be trying to get these legendary weapons multiple times to be able to dismantle them, to be able to get that mod. And of course, everybody's going to want to collect the mods. Now, this is the legendary mod menu that we know of. So far, for based on the rough number or what we see right now on the menu, it looks like we're going to have around 60 to 50 legendary mods to be able to collect and be able to apply to different weapons. Now, I know what you guys are thinking, because you guys are super smart. You're probably saying, Laser, can I stack these mods? So for example, can I put the same mod on twice on the weapon and stack the bonus? Unfortunately, guys, no, you can't. You cannot stack mods and that will apply that status effect, or that apply that, let's say you want to, like, one says 10% critical damage, and you apply another 10% critical damage, going to give you 20. No, you can't. You can't stack the mods, but you can combine tier 3 mods with tier 3 mods, or tier 2 mods with tier 2 mods. So there is going to be a lot of involvement in being able to obtain the mods. So not only are we going to have to worry about collecting the item itself, but we're also going to have to worry about being able to collect the mod in general. So you want to get the weapon and you want to get the mod as well. And unfortunately, the only way you're able to get that mod is by dismantling. So that's pretty much going over the way the weapon mods are comprised in, and how you're able to obtain them and how you're able to go about them. But this game actually has 2 sets of mods. Not only does it have weapon mods, it also has armor mods. Now, armor mods are actually pretty cool and pretty integral, because what these mods do is they allow you to enhance your skill tree. So these are going to kind of coincide with, depending on what skill tree nod you're going to go with. Now, if you guys don't know exactly how the skill tree works, I highly recommend you check out my videos where I cover each individual Outrider, and I break down their skill tree and kind of give you guys an overview of what you could do with each skill tree. Of course, I will have builds entirely for each individual character with each nod. So we're going to be diving in really deep into this game and kind of giving you guys a complete breakdown of how everything works. So let's talk about skill mods. So skill mods can be applied to only armor. You cannot apply skill mods to weapons. You could only apply it to your armor. Now, the cool thing is you're going to be able to, once again, if you want to get a specific skill from a specific armor, you're going to have to dismantle that armor to pick up that skill. But what makes it really cool is that this allows you guys to take your build even more to more power, right? So let's say you want to get your Trickster to have a double slash or double, melee. Boom, you apply a mod on that and it gives you double melee. If you want to get your Devastator to do 2 gravital pulls, you're going to be able to do that, or be able to use Ash multiple times. If you want to make sure that, you do the whole spike thing where you put the spike off the ground, currently it only kills 1 enemy, but you want to be able to kill multiple enemies with the spike, you're able to apply a mod to your armor that gives you multiple spikes coming out of the ground. So there's going to be a lot of really cool stuff that we're going to be able to do. I think at the start of the game, what's going to happen is everybody's going to, play the game. And as the game progresses, and as we get towards end game, mods are going to be extremely powerful and interesting on how we apply them. Now, that's not even talking about crafting, because we're going to be diving into crafting quite a lot later on in another video. But this is just mods alone, guys. So mods alone. Now, of course, the same thing applies as the weapon mods, that you're only able to get tier 1 mod, tier 2 mods, and tier 3 mods. So the armor is also going to have these different tier mod systems, where once we put these mods together and synergize them, we're going to be able to create a very potent build. So it doesn't really matter what skill tree you pick. Also, I'm telling you guys right now, with the amount of mods that are available in this game, and I'll probably have a separate video where I kind of go over mods for each individual character. So for example, for the Trickster, which mods I think are going to be very, very powerful, where we go mods over the Devastator. So if you guys want to see that video compiled, let me know in the comment section down below. But there are some really potent mods that are going to make each nod of your skill tree work very well and synergize perfectly, as long as you have the right gear and you also have the right mods. So you're not really tied to like, oh my goodness, this gear looks so amazing, because you're going to be able to apply these mods invertedly. Now, do keep in mind, you're only able to change one mod. So you could only change one mod. You cannot change like if you want to change both mods, you can't. So you're going to have to be happy with one particular mod, and then you're going to be able to change another mod. So do keep that in mind whenever you decide to mod your armor or your weapons. But overall, in general, guys, that is how the mod system works in Outriders. If you guys have any additional questions regarding mods, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, let me know what other video you guys would like to see as we're leading up to the game. I know we're a couple months away, but we're getting really close. There's a ton of information in regards to the game that I want to bring out to you guys, and I want to have you guys completely covered. So when the game comes out, you guys are ready to go and know exactly what to do. We do plan on streaming the game, so make sure you guys follow us on our social media, especially on Twitch. Twitch link is down below. But thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to like, drop a comment, but most importantly, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications so you won't miss our Outrider content. I'll see you guys later.